Welcome to the WLAQ Community Spotlight, where we highlight the wonderful organizations and people that make the Rome community a great place to call home. Here's today's host.
And good afternoon. Welcome to the first edition of WLAQ Community Spotlight for 2025. And today we're going to be talking about the Wings Over North Georgia Airshow. I've got John Cowman in the studio. He is the president of JLC Airshow Management, which presents Wings Over North Georgia every year. And you know what? October, it's what, 10 months away? But it'll be here. No, 8 months away. It'll be here before you know it.
It's tomorrow for me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to talking to you over the next little bit about the air show. First of all, let's cover the basics.
Okay.
October 17th through 19th of 2025, and you've got some pretty cool stuff lined up.
Yeah, we got a show coming to town this year for sure, especially, headlining the United States Navy Blue Angels and flying their Super Hornets. So we're stoked about that. A couple of other things that we've added this year. We're going to a 3-day show instead of a 2-day Saturday, Sunday show. It'll be a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So very excited about having that. We've got some really, really cool world-class performers that's coming in to do the night show part of it. So the twilight show, night show, the people who come to and see it will love it. And then we've got the fireworks that'll close that out. But in between the night show and the fireworks, we're working on a little surprise that I can't announce yet. But once we get all the contracts and everything in place, I think everybody will like that coming piece that we'll be announcing down the road. So, yeah, October is going to be pretty cool for Floyd County and Rome.
Oh, man, I can't wait. And I'm really excited that the Blue Angels are coming back to town. Third visit for them to Rome.
It's third or fourth. I'd have to go back and look at the shows.
They must like this community.
They do.
For them to want to come back.
Yeah, I've got a really good relationship as a promoter with the Blue Angels, and that really, I think, helps a little bit. But they come here, and these shows are more, how can I say it, more intimate for them instead of a big military base where they, they're there, they're headlining. But here, they get a chance to interact with the locals and the people attending the show much more than they can at the real big, large shows that they also attend. So we're pretty fortunate to get them, number one. But then we try to do a really, really good job with, shining for them and with them as they shine back for us.
Yeah, for sure. And I want to talk about the other performers that will participate, but I do have a couple more things I would like to ask with regard to the Blue Angels. First of all, let's talk about those incredible jets, the FA-18 Super Hornets. They're a sight to see. For folks who have seen them, they know it. For folks who've never seen them, they need to get ready to be blown away.
Yeah, if you were here when the Legacy Hornets were here, and then you put the Super Hornet next to it, literally just in size, it's about 20% bigger than the old Hornet. Mm-hmm. But that 20% is also in the horsepower and the thrust and all that. So it is quite the machine, does a real good job. It shows well in the sky. And, of course, the noise that they put out with the thunder of the jets is just... it's undescribable. You have to be here to experience it and feel it a lot of times as they're coming by. You literally feel it as well.
It's awesome. And they'll be bringing Fat Albert back this year.
Fat Albert will be here with their crew, and looking forward to having them perform. So it's going to be a great lineup with those to close out the show each day. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Awesome. And then one other question I'd like to ask, we'll probably come back to the Blue Angels. But for now, one more question about the Blues. What is your favorite of their maneuvers?
Oh, my goodness. You're going to ask me, put me on the spot with that. I like the sneak pass because the crowd is focused on the diamond formation as they are coming by. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, here comes number 5 blistering down the low level right in front of the crowd. They don't see him coming. And then as they get the shock wave from that, then they have the number 6 comes over the top of them from the opposite direction. So that's probably my favorite.
Ooh, that's a heart-stopping thrill for sure.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. So let's talk about some of the other performers. I understand that you got Buck Roteman coming back this year and some other folks.
Yeah, I've got Buck will be here flying the Wild Horse Aviation. He'll be part of the night show. He does a real good part. I got Scott Farnsworth and Jive coming in their I'm having a brain dump.
T-28?
No. Well, he's got that, but anyhow, it's jets. They'll be flying the L-39s. I'm sorry, I had T on my mind, but it's the L-39 jets, and they'll be doing a performance in those. So that'll be good. We've got let's see. Oh my goodness, you're putting me on. I got Bill Brock coming back with the jet car. And he'll be also doing the night show as part of the Friday night deal, and then he'll be racing someone both Saturday and Sunday during the regular performance. Oh, I'm having to I don't have the list in front of me. So
then go to wingsovernorthgeorgia.com.
Oh, yeah, everything is there. And we're announcing them at, new ones as they come on board as well. So we've got a very, very strong lineup of performers that'll be here this year.
That's going to be a lot of fun. So let's go back to talking about the night air show. You and I, in a recent radio interview, you said part of the reason for the addition of the night show is to encourage folks from out of town to stay in town through the entire weekend.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. That is one of the benefits of it, because a lot of folks will want to see the blues perform the next day on Saturday or Sunday. So if they come in early on Friday, they can watch part of the rehearsal if it's still going on, but then the night show, twilight or evening show will kick off, and we'll do that, and then it'll roll right into the night show portion. So a lot of those folks what I would think would want to spend the night. I'll tell you what's really been remarkable is the amount of camping that we've already have reservations for. Oh. It's way further ahead than I'd ever thought it would be this time. We're barely into February.
Right.
So the camping is going to be a big deal. We've moved the camping from where it used to be up to Herky Hill, which is the hill on the north end. So all the campers will be up there, and then the folks that goes up there to watch the show, I mean, it's elevated, and it's a 360-degree vision of the full airfield. So that's where I kind of sneak off and go watch the show a lot of times.
Yeah, I imagine some of the photographers might head out there too.
Oh, they'll love it. Yeah.
And that said, because I know that we have photographers that frequent air shows, what would you say is the best vantage point to capture those moments?
It depends on what they're looking for. The Herky Hill, if you want to be eye to eye with them, eye level with the performers, that's a great location, and it's really close to being on Show Center as well. So you get the dynamic, taking the pictures of the maneuvers and stuff. But it just there's really not a bad location on Rome on the airport out there to do that. One of the things that really stands out with the photographers, and I've heard it over and over from them through the years, is they love to take pictures there. You get the hills in the background, but the sun's behind you. Mm-hmm. So the pictures that they are able to snap and take during the show is just phenomenal.
Yeah, no glare. That always helps.
Yep.
So in recent past, you had air races as a part of the air show. Will those be back this year?
We're not doing those this year due to the fact, that was all done pre-COVID, and then COVID hit. So this kind of slowed us down. And of course, to do the air race in the way we've designed it, we've got to have a major sponsor behind that, because of just the pure raw expense is pretty high. So if any corporate companies want to come on board and have a chat, I'd love to talk to you. But the air racing is something that's been validated, FAA approved. We just, we got to get some dollar bills behind it in order to make it fly, so to speak.
Yeah, so we're looking at you, some of the big corporations in Rome, Georgia. Help our buddy out here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll take it. More is better.
Yeah, for sure. So talking about money, let's talk about the financial benefit that the community gets. I mean, the economic impact, I guess, for is a better term, because it does have a significant impact on this area.
Yeah, through the years, when our first show was in 2012, we become the number one economic impact event each year, and we've held that through the years. So it's pretty substantial. I don't like to brag about that, but the facts are the facts. But we have done very well with helping Rome and Floyd County out with the economic impact each and every year that we do the show.
Yeah, and I'm sure that's also a great way to showcase our community for people from out of town.
Absolutely, yeah.
So let's talk about ticket sales. I know you mentioned that camping is ahead of schedule. What about the rest of the ticket
Your ticket sales have been strong since we started them just before Thanksgiving, and they're continuing to thrive. The one thing that I will say, this month, you can save 10% on all the ticket purchases. So, it's an early bird ticket savings discount. So I would, ask the folks if they're coming, you want to save a few dollars, don't wait till the last minute, because we may be sold out on a lot of the premium seating. I'm amazed how much of that we've already sold out, being 10 months out.
Yeah, and you guys sold out, I think, didn't you, last time the Blues were here? Mm-hmm. Which is, they sell out everywhere they go.
Pretty much, yeah.
So I got to ask you how you got into the air show business. What motivated you to want to bring air shows to communities such as Rome, Georgia?
Well, I was in the military for a bazillion years, and I became towards the middle course of my career, kind of a special projects officer, and did a lot of the shows on active duty. And I just seemed to have a knack for, doing that sort of stuff and deployments and things like that. So when it come time for me to actually punch out and retire from the Air Force, I was just looking at something else to do. And it seemed like the air show stuff, which I love doing, it was a natural transition. So I opened up the management company, and of course, I was at Kennesaw there living, but, retiring from Dobbins there in Marietta. So we used Rome, Floyd County Airport here for our primary drop zone, because I was, flying C-130s at that time. Cool. So I knew all the folks up here, from doing the airdrop stuff for all those years. So I came up and visited with the airport manager, had a chat, and he said, if you're doing the show, I'll get the support of the county and we'll get it approved. And the rest is history, and that was back in 2011. We did our first show in 12. So here we are now. What is it, 2025? So
can't believe it.
We're still knocking along pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely. And you do shows, and you've done shows in other locations. I understand you got one coming up.
Right now, we've got one planned for Florida. It hasn't been announced or anything until we get a jet team commitment. So we'll be doing that show in addition to the Rome show.
Yeah. So attention, anybody who likes to take air show road trips.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about. There's been some changes over the years out at Rome's Russell Regional Airport. Let's talk about those changes and how they've impacted you guys.
Well, we'll see the impact. Obviously, there's a lot more hangars. And some of the, the things that the way we were set up in the past, we can't do that now, which is fine. We knew that was eventually going to grow that way. But the big impact one is the runway extension. And I was out there looking at it yesterday, and they're putting the striping and the numbers down and all that associated stuff. They're finishing up now, so we'll have a 7,000-foot runway, which is great for air shows because we can land all the fighters, the fast-moving fighters that you couldn't land before there. So we're looking forward to having that extra 1,000 feet of runway to be able to put a great static display lineup out there on the airport grounds.
Yeah, progress takes a little time, but it's worth it in the long run for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I want to go back to talking about this year's Wings Over North Georgia Air Show. Again, with just a reminder for folks, don't wait till the last minute to get tickets.
Absolutely.
Go ahead and get them now. You won't regret it. Any other things that we should know about this year's show? Let's talk about what the week's going to look like, because it's not just about the weekend. It's about the days leading up to it and the weekend itself.
Yeah, to the typical week, you'll see me running around with my hair on fire. But more than that, Blue Angel number 7 will arrive on Wednesday. And then that individual is the advanced safety pilot, and he'll come in and make sure everything, all the gear is in place and everything's ready to go. Then the main team will come in on Thursday morning with Fat Albert first, and then the jets will come in, about an hour or so behind Fat Albert. And then they'll land, get parts situated, and then they'll get refueled, and then they go right back up that afternoon, and they'll fly pretty much all Thursday afternoon for, practice, getting used to all the terrain and different things here that they have to, work on. And then Friday, obviously, is the what we call the first official day, because we have to have a crew brief, just like a driver's meeting at a big NASCAR race or something. We have an FAA safety brief, air boss brief. So that'll start out Friday morning, and then we'll start the rehearsal, which is a requirement that we have to satisfy the FAA requirements. We'll do the rehearsal, and then all that'll run from about noon until roughly 4 o'clock-ish. And then after that, we'll take a pause and then get ready for the night show on Friday afternoon, Friday evening. And then we'll roll into that. And then, of course, Saturday, Sunday is your open the gates and watch them come in, and then start the air show around noon on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
So it's a busy week.
Yeah. But
we have to build the city. I didn't even mention that.
Yeah.
But we start building the city out there, the weekend before with all the tents and fencing and just all the stuff that we have to put it all together. Porta-johns of all things, all that it takes to put together to make this show a success.
Because I got to say, you got to be Johnny on the spot, right?
Yep. I wish he was still around, but he's gone.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, though, that's going to be so much fun. And still plenty of time to plan for it, but I wouldn't wait till the last minute. Go ahead and get those tickets.
Yeah, we would hope everybody would, visit us at wingsovernorthgeorgia.com and take a look at all the ticket options and then the performers that we have scheduled. And then also Facebook, Wings Over North Georgia Facebook page is a great place to see some activity of what's going on as well there.
Oh, yeah, definitely follow them. So we've got about a minute or so left.
Okay.
Any closing thoughts you'd like to share with our viewers?
Well, first of all, let me say thanks to you guys for having us on a year after year basis. We've got a great relationship between Wings Over North Georgia and the radio station here. We appreciate that. And then we want to thank the airport authority and commission and all the people out there that, allow us to come in and do that and support us for the show. And, of course, that flows right on up to the county commission, who actually ultimately approve us and allows us to come play here each and every year. So, a lot of thanks. We can't do this by ourselves without the full support of the community. And through the years, that's worked out pretty well.
That's a good thing.
Yep.
It's a good thing. We're so grateful to have it here. And, man, just looking forward to October.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Cowman, my guest this segment, president of JLC Airshow Management. And we've been talking about the Wings Over North Georgia Airshow. Y'all don't miss it. Airshow dates October 17th through 19th, headlining the U.S. Navy's Blue Angels. John, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you guys, too.
That does it for me. Y'all have a great day.
This has been the WLAQ Community Spotlight. We thank you for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe to the WLAQ Radio YouTube channel and follow WLAQ Rome on Facebook.